So as I said in the last little bit, even within using advocacy as an intervention, you've got to have a goal. Otherwise, how are you going to know whether you made any difference in the community? So in the land of advocacy, this is the a PowerPoint slide that comes from the link that's in your course outline as a resource for you. And I emailed them and they gave me permission to use the slides for this presentation. So they recommend Smart Plus C, which is, a little twist on what we normally do. We could probably say Smart Plus C in any of the goals that we set. And these ought to look pretty familiar to you. Obviously, the more specific you can be about what you want your group to achieve and by when, the better. Obviously, you want your goal to be in measurable terms. This way you can actually see if you accomplished what you set it out to do. You want it to be achievable. And, it's you want to be ambitious, but you want to be realistic in terms of what resources do you have. You want it to be relevant to what the intention is of the community and of, in this case, any campaign that I would ask you to develop, and what the reason you'll be thinking about what you would do is your call to action in your presentation is going to bring attention to whatever you've envisioned as a way that you're going to deliver this advocacy campaign. So with regards to that, the relevance has to be that you are going to be doing something that brings attention to promoting participation in occupation, to curing this condition of occupational injustice that is keeping somebody from participating in occupation, or in terms of promoting a means of keeping occupational justice in place, again, through enabling persons to participate in occupation. It's got to be timed, so obviously you have to have a time frame of how much you're going to get done in 6 months, in 5 years, etc. And they added challenging because the idea is that goals should stretch up. So if you know that you can get 500 people to respond to your Facebook campaign, but you really need 2,000, and you can get that with extra effort, then set the goal for 2,000 and really push it, is what they're suggesting. So why do this? Obviously, we know as clinicians that this is going to serve as a marker of your success. It's going to help you prioritize. It's going to reemphasize what your intention is, and it serves as a completeness check. You're going to be asked to go out in about week 10 to kind of share what you put together with the community or the population or the organization that you're working with. And so you want to be able to give them some kind of information about how would you measure this if you actually implement it. Or maybe some of you actually will implement something between now and week 10. We'll see. These are just some examples, so you can see the nature of these. If you were to go through your analysis of SMART plus G plus C, you would be able to tick off the boxes of specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time framed within these. Okay. And within, just like we have short-term goals and long-term goals typically. Generally, what's been put forth by this organization is long-term goals spell out where you want to be by the end of an advocacy campaign, and it will be up to you how you want to set a goal for your little advocacy campaign. And I don't mean to minimize it by saying little or anything like that, and certainly I know that some of you are itching to really get out there. So we can discuss further whether or not you really want to take on something and try to enact it. We need to, talk about, make sure that there's no risks of liability to you in doing that, but we can talk about that. And because I know that you want to do something that actually is real if you can. Others of you are going to use this as sort of your playground and come up with something that may not be really implementable right away, but maybe something that is part of a vision that you have for the long run. Intermediate goals get you part of the way. They are providing earlier benchmarks. And so you have an example here of that you can read. And short-term goals naturally are more like just those action steps that you're going to take initially. And what you put out there may be in the short-term goal realm where you'll sign up 10 new members to the organization through a campaign that you might put on. We'll stop there now.